This morning I want to share kind of our journey, how we're here today. And I want to begin with an expression. It's called wabi-sabi. It's a Japanese term. Can you say that? Wabi-sabi. Wabi-sabi. It's an expression that is out of brokenness, something beautiful. That in the brokenness there is beauty. That in imperfection there is beauty. That it's not all about something being perfect, but it's in the flaws and the cracks that all of a sudden in that flaw there's something beautiful. And I'm going to illustrate it with some rocks. These are Montana agates. This is something that our family has enjoyed going out on the Yellowstone River and picking, or in my line of work, I dealt with a lot of rocks. We had a rock quarry, and we would go and we would pick agates. Now we weren't picking. A lot of people like to get the whole agate. You know, this one hasn't been broken or chipped or marred at all. But you look at it right now, and it doesn't look like much. Now to a collector, now they'll put this under a bright light, and all of a sudden you'll be able to see all the beauty that's in it. But until you do that, you don't really see the beauty. I mean, there's beauty there, and there's beauty in perfection. I get it. I know that. But then I look at this rock. And I would invite you afterwards to come and take a look at these, but please don't take this one. This is my daughter found this one. And I think this is one of the coolest agates that we've got. But you can look at this one. It's broken. But because it's broken, all of a sudden you see all this beauty and this splendor. You see the ribbons and the different colors that are there. You see the dark lines that are there. That's moss. It's kind of cool. That's what I call Yellowstone moss agates. But there's beauty in this brokenness, in this piece that's broken. And this morning, I want to have this thought that we would all grab hold of, is that we are all flawed individuals. And that in our flaws, that's where God works. And we begin to see something beautiful arise and come out of our lives. Not because we're perfect. Trust me when I say this, that there was a time where I thought that I had to be perfect. That as a pastor, somehow I had to portray perfection. And I had it all together. And I'm here to tell you, I'm not perfect. I have flaws. You're going to get to know me, and you're going to see some things that you're just going to go, maybe it's the fact that I like the Seahawks and not the Bills. Although that's rather trivial and doesn't really matter. But there's going to be some things I might say or do something. I might forget something. I'm not perfect. And I'm not going to try to be. And I don't want any of us to try and be perfect. Because if we were perfect in and of ourselves, we wouldn't have had a need for a Savior to come die on the cross and raise again in victory. Something that we're going to celebrate a little later in the service as we partake in communion. But we're flawed. I want you to turn to your neighbor, or you might have to look behind you. I want you to tell the people around you, I want you to say, I am flawed. I am flawed. All right? And there's something that is beautiful in that flaw. I want to invite you to turn in your Bibles. I'm going to kind of use this scripture as a background. 2 Corinthians chapter 4. verses 7 through 9. As we get more settled and everything in the weeks to come, we will eventually get PowerPoint and be able to have it all projected and so, but that's on me. We're still getting settled. My office is still boxes. But Paul writes these words to us. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellence of the power may be of God and not of us. We are hard-pressed on every side, yet not crushed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Struck down, but not destroyed. I say that because I like what Paul is saying there, because in that passage you see that there is hope. We encounter trying times in our lives. Various trials come our way. James tells us that trials are inevitable, that we are to expect them. And he also tells us to consider it all joy. I say that and I laugh because when we're in the midst of the trial, it's hard to consider it joy. But when we come out of it, we know that God has been at work and we can see God in that. But in these words from Paul, we see that there is hope. Yes, the trial presents a hardship, but in that we are not being destroyed. God doesn't bring that trial into our lives just to beat us down. But the trial comes in, we're crushed, we're, and in his words, struck down, but we are not destroyed. That in that trial, God is molding and shaping us, making us into the person that he wants us to be. And sometimes he has to kind of break us down and then begin to build us up. We are the potter, we are the clay, he is the potter. And we allow ourselves to be in his hands, allow him to mold and shape us. Sometimes he has to refine. And I like the fact that he doesn't leave us broken. He restores and he mends and he heals and he brings back. Paul talks about this, we hold this treasure in earthen vessels. Clay pots. Clay pots are fragile. They break easily. But in those cracks that begin to develop in those clay pots, what's inside can begin to leak out. You see, last year we went through a very trying time. My job as a pastor in Montana ended at the end of February of 2016. We were hurt as a family. A wound that was so deep that the thought had entered my mind, our minds, that, perhaps being a pastor, we might be done. We might do something else. We had a transition time, a time where we could stay in the parsonage and we still received pay, but we knew that time was coming to an end. And then what? No job, no house, nothing on the horizon. My resume had gone out. I wasn't hearing anything. So, what do we do? Where do we go? Somebody tells me, hey, the irrigation project needs a ditch rider. Okay. And there might be a house involved with it. Okay. So one day we're driving back from church in Sydney, and I go, well, let's go see where this house is. And as we turn, we drive down this country road. We drive by a mailbox. And we were behind a car, and the car turned into this driveway where this mailbox was at, and I recognized the name on the mailbox. He's the project manager of the irrigation project. I go, oh, well, that's where the manager lives. And Heidi goes, go talk to him. Okay, so we went and talked to him. I said, well, "Are you looking for a ditch rider?" And he goes, "Yes." And he knew me. He had visited our church, and we had seen each other in the community. And he goes, "Well, yeah, we're looking for a ditch rider." He goes, "But are you sure you want to do this job?" He goes, "During canal season, it's 7 days a week. You're on call 24 hours a day during that time. And especially if there's an emergency or a crisis." "Yeah, I need a job. I need to provide for my family." I said, "Well, come on in, fill out an application, and we'll interview you." I fill out an application. I have my interview. They go, "Well, what do you know about irrigation or construction?" Nothing. Nothing. I'm not a handyman. Please don't call me to fix things. I don't know how. Can I be taught? Sure. Show me how to do it, and I'll do it. But I went into this interview knowing absolutely nothing about irrigation. Canals, laterals, turnouts, welding, concrete work. I didn't know any of that stuff. But I said, "You show me what to do, and I'll do it." I got hired. I got hired at a time where the oil boom had gone bust. A time where there was upwards of 30 to 50,000 people who had lost their jobs in that area. How did I get that job? There were men that were much more qualified than me to take that position. But I walked in and got this job. An unqualified pastor. Then we needed a house. We talked to this man. His brother attended our church there in Savage. He attended the Alliance Church in Sydney. And we go up and we go, "Hey, Ralph, you ever thought about renting out your house?" Keep in mind, this house has been empty for 14 years. After his mom passed away, he and his brother, for whatever reason, never rented the upstairs out. They rented the basement out, but never the upstairs. All their mom's clothes, furniture, everything. Canned food from the 70s and 80s. I kid you not. Still in the pantry. And Ralph goes, "Yeah, I think I could rent it out." People have been trying to rent this house for years. People had offered to buy it. Every offer had been turned down. Every request to rent had been turned down. But somehow, we found favor. We got to rent Ralph's house. So that provides a job, provides a house, but how do we get from all that to being here in Springville, New York? God works in unconventional ways. Isaiah 55, verse 8. Verses 8 and 9. Isaiah writes, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor are your ways my ways, says the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." God used a rather unconventional way to remind me of His calling on my life to be a pastor. And please understand, as I share this morning, I'm saying this as a praise to God, and that He gets the glory for what He has done. As we were having we were having dinner the other night, and Gerald made this statement about looking back in life and being able to see God. God was present all the time. And I can honestly say that as we look back over this past year, that we have seen God's hand and how He has been at work, bringing us to this place. Because here's how God began to work and began to kind kind of put back into my mind, I'm not done with you as a pastor. You see, the irrigation project was in a legal battle over their weir that they have in the Yellowstone River. I won't go into all the details, but suffice it to say there were public comment meetings. One in Sydney, then in Glendive, and then the next night was in Billings. The first night in Sydney, I chose not to say anything. I'm a new guy. You know, here's all the farmers. We'll let everybody else who knows what they're talking about get up and speak. After I came home, I decided, well, you know, I need to get up and say something. So I wrote out a little speech to speak in support of the irrigation project. After all, they were my employer. But I also believed in what they did and in supporting our community and standing up for our community, because the potential was there that everything from Glendive up through Sydney and Fairview, an area that encompasses 58,000 farm acres and roughly 15 to 20,000 people, could all have been done away with. They would have lost their way of life. And so I felt that I needed to stand up and speak on their behalf. I got up and I spoke. And I don't know why, but after I got done speaking, and I spoke with a lot of passion and anger over what was being done, received a standing ovation. I'm not looking for that. That's not why I was doing that. I love the community, and I wanted to see people be able to keep their way of life. And I was asked, you are speaking in Billings, right? Because all this is being recorded for the judge to read all the public comments. There's over 8,000 pages of public comments. And everything was put there verbatim from what people spoke. And I said, well, yeah, sure. I'll speak in Billings. Now in Billings, you had a 2-minute time limit. And they were very rigid as far as holding to that. And so I had to get up multiple times to be able to say everything that I felt that I needed to say. We got done, and we're fine, we're moving on. And all of a sudden I get this phone call, middle of the week, from a church in Sydney. They don't know me, they don't even have my resume, they're not even part of our denomination. Yeah, we're Faith Chapel Sydney. We're a campus church of Faith Chapel in Billings. And one of our members heard you speak in Billings, and we would like you to apply to be our campus pastor. Wow. Really? From that? What did God say? For my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor your ways my ways, says the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. I'm like, God, are you serious about this? No, this is good. I like what I'm doing. In fact, I was called the preacher in the project. I never stopped being a pastor. Everybody knew me as a pastor. And that was the preacher in the project, the irrigation project. But here's this being placed in front of us. Now, obviously, you all can kind of fill in the blank. Obviously, didn't take that position. Because here's how God worked in all that. Go back to February. Word has just come out that my time is coming to an end. Our family is broken. Emotionally, spiritually, everything. And our district says, go to Billings this weekend. Just go away. We will take care of everything. We'll pay all the expenses. You guys just go to Billings and just, And they go, perhaps you might want to check out a different church. If you want to go to church, you don't have to, but if you want to go to church, maybe try something different. Why don't you check out Faith Chapel in Billings? We attended Faith Chapel. Now here we are in July of 2016, and someone from the Sydney campus is calling us and saying, we'd like you to apply. They know nothing about me, other than this guy who kept getting up and wouldn't shut up. apply. Okay. Heidi and I talked about it, we prayed about it, we're like, well, clearly God must be doing something because my resume is not out. How does this happen? So I give them my resume. We meet with one of the associate pastors. And then we're invited to their pastor's conference in October. Great time. A great conference for us. We interview with the senior pastor, and we hear nothing. Now we're beginning to kind of scratch our heads a little bit. Okay, God, why would you put this church in front of us and have us apply if we weren't supposed to be there? I remember asking God that question, and here was God's response. He said, so I could tell you that I was not done with you being a pastor. Oh, okay. All right. God, you're doing something. I don't know what. And then in November, I received a phone call from Jim. And we have a phone interview. And nothing happened. It was a weird thing. And I'm like, okay. Well, we both like our jobs. Heidi's the school secretary, and I'm the preacher in the project. We love our jobs. The community loves us. They don't want us to leave. They want us to be a part of the community. So, that's all right. But here's where God began to redeem the past, because that's the other thing that I want us to see, that as we are going through the trials, and that God is molding us and shaping us, and the trials kind of break us down a little bit, that God begins to redeem the past. And we see that in the redemption of Peter. Peter, who denied Christ the night of Christ's arrest and subsequent crucifixion. What did Jesus do with Peter after he rose again? He restored Peter back into that position. Peter, do you love me? Feed my sheep. God redeems out of our brokenness. And it was funny to watch how God began to redeem the days and the times of when things happened at our previous church. It was the last Sunday of January in 2016 where all of a sudden we're hearing things at our church annual meeting that kind of clued us in that something was happening. It was the last Sunday in January of 2017 that you didn't call on this day, but it's the day that I actually looked at my cell phone and saw that there was a voicemail from George Cook. Play the voicemail. Are you interested in candidating? Are you kidding me? Call them up. Yes, we are. On Valentine's Day of 2016 was the Sunday that I announced my resignation. February 16th